All right, we're live. Good morning, everybody. I'm early today. Well, now it's 8 o'clock. So it is January 17th, and it's cold today. The cold weather has finally arrived here in the South. It is 32 degrees, and it's gonna get colder. It feels a lot colder than 32 degrees because the wind's blowing, so the wind chill is significantly colder than what the temperature's showing. And it's gonna get worse. So tomorrow morning they're calling for a low of like 20 or something, 21. So yeah, we'll see how cold it gets, but that's normal. It's January. It's supposed to be cold, even though I don't like it. I would rather it just stay warm. We've had a very mild winter so far, and that's fine with me. You know, I'd be cool with a very warm winter. It's more fun for the plants. You can get gardening done. You can work outside. You can play outside. So warm winter's fine with me. It'll get cold for a few days, and then we'll see what happens. February down here in Texas is kind of a crapshoot. You never know. So February sometimes is crazy cold, like we saw in 2021. And February sometimes can be really warm. Last year we had a warm February, and it was an early start to spring for us. So yeah, you never really know what you're gonna get in February in the South. If you're new to the stream, if you see me looking here, and then looking here, and then looking here, that's because I've got 3 cell phones in front of me right now. So I'm trying to monitor who's joining and comments from different platforms all at the same time. So we're live on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook right now. So appreciate you joining. Today, we have some fun stuff. We're gonna drink some coffee. But then I'm going to flip this, we're going to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to flip the cameras around. We're going to see what's new in the store and in the retail greenhouses. And then I think we'll have time this morning to run back to the back to the production houses and see what we're growing for spring. So we got a fun little show for you this morning. People always call it my show. I love your show on Saturdays. I'm like, it's a live video, but all right, if you want to call it a show. So we're in Wichita Falls, Texas. We've got some people joining from who knows where. So really quickly, before we start walking, before we go into the greenhouses, we have a couple of classes this weekend. So one is our Feeding Our Feathered Friends class. That's today, this morning at 10 a.m. Still have some spots available if you want to jump in your car at 9:30 and get up here for that class. So that's going to be all about backyard bird feeding, especially for winter, and how to do that during winter, because winter is a very crucial time for keeping birds fed, because in the winter they have to consume a lot because they use up a lot of energy to keep themselves warm. So it's really important that you have high quality food sources, high fat content in your bird feeders in wintertime. So you'll get to learn all about winter bird feeding at our 10 a.m. class. And then tomorrow is another great one. We're going to be learning all about houseplants. So that's our Happy Houseplant class, which is Houseplant Care 101. So if you are struggling with keeping houseplants alive, then our class tomorrow, Sunday, at 2 p.m. is a great one where you will learn all about how to keep those classes alive. Now, these classes are in store, and they're $20 to attend. You're going to have a great time. You're going to get some goodies to take home with you, of course, and it's a fun time. So those are 2 coming up this weekend. Next weekend, we've got a landscaping class, landscape design class, so we'll be giving more info about that. But if you're wanting to learn about landscape design, then that is a fun one. And then we have a microgreens class also next weekend if you're wanting to grow microgreens at home. And that one is cool because you get to actually take home microgreens kit and grow them at home. So let me flip these cameras around. How do I do this? So we can walk around. Bear with me while I do this. Man, those YouTube comments get stuck on the screen. I need to figure out how to make them disappear after a bit. All right. So we still have some holiday and Christmas decor. 75% off. Most of that is sold now, but if you have if you're wanting to get some of that on sale, you can get that now. Why is this camera so... Is it dirty? No, it doesn't look dirty. Seeds are starting to sell. It is getting time to plant veggie seeds. A lot of them now. And the rest of them are going to be really soon. Oh, you want to come inside, Callie? Come on, girl. Oh, the door's off. That's why. Let me turn this door on. There's a secret of how to turn on an automatic door. Bet you guys didn't know this. Look, there's a switch right there. Okay. So a lot of people are buying veggie seeds right now. So right now you could be planting your cool season veggies from seed, and it won't be long before it's time to plant those warm season veggies like tomatoes and peppers and basil from seed and start those indoors. But definitely your broccoli, cauliflower, collard greens, lettuce, kale, Swiss chard, Brussels sprouts, some of the more cold tolerant herbs like chives, those could be started now. And we will have transplants for those that... Yeah, my TikTok lens is blurry. I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe I'll try cleaning the camera more. My kids use this phone. Oh, there it is. I don't know. I tried. Sylvester, are you going to come inside? Or are you just going to hang out? What are you doing, man? Sylvie, that's gross. Anyway. Oh, we do have a food drive going on right now. So, for the Wichita Falls Food Bank, you can bring up food that won't spoil. So things like cereal, rice, oats, pasta, canned tuna, fruits and veggies that are canned, and shelf-stable dairy like powdered milk and evaporated milk and things like that. You can bring now through January 29th and drop it off here and help out families in need here in Wichita Falls. And then we're going to help package those up on the 30th so that people can get those to their homes. Good morning. All right, let's walk out here. There's a couple things going on. We got to go see some plants. Still have a lot of great gifty items indoors. But here's where the bird class is going to happen today. Learn about bird feeding there. Look at the goldfish. We got some new goldfish yesterday. They look happy. The heaters are definitely on this morning in the tropical greenhouse. We got a bunch of new tropical plants this week. Look at this bougainvillea bonsai blooming. Now that one's not for sale, but all the other ones are for sale. So we got some cool bonsai starts. Some baby bonsais, different species. The ones I really like are these little, you see this? These little boxwoods. Because they have cool trunks on them. It's kind of hard to see. got some great pothos hanging baskets. Look at that Tradescantia hanging basket. Lots of new stuff out here though, so I'm just gonna do a quick lap around. We got some new alocasias. This one's cool. This is a Tiny Dancer alocasia, so that is in the elephant ear family. But this one, the leaves are super small, and the stem, when you look at it, it almost looks like an agave or something. The way that the stem grows, and then it has those little leaves on the tips. So that's a cool one, Tiny Dancer alocasia. Got some Norfolk pines, lemon cypress, more hanging baskets. We got some fun begonias in, different types of Rex begonias over here. Really beautiful foliage on these. Anthuriums over here, some really good looking anthuriums. These would be good for Valentine's Day also. We have bromeliads, lots of bromeliads. Blooming. Look at Amy's poinsettia over there. She's been caring for that poinsettia, I think, for 3 years now. It's blooming. The size of it, it's about 4.5 feet tall. I love bromeliads, by the way. Some really nice looking, unusual bromeliads over here. Oh, I walked right past the prayer plants. Maranta. Those are great. Oh, lots of Dieffenbachia and Aglaonemas in stock. I love both of those plants. There's Miss Figgy, one of our large fiddle leaf figs. We trimmed that thing back really hard in the summer. Look at it now, it is roaring back with a bunch of new growth. Lots of cool dracaenas and ferns over here. We got some peace lilies. Snake plants, lots of snake plants in stock now. Ponytail palms. Those look good. Got some Albo syngoniums here. Aren't those pretty? A lot of people get syngoniums confused with caladiums because the leaf on a syngonium looks very similar to a caladium leaf, but caladiums they have these like rhizomes underground, bulbs underground that grow, and they're more of a clumping plant, whereas syngoniums are more of a vining plant. So lots of good stuff going on out here. Now let's walk through this way. There's Petunia. What are you doing? What you doing? Alright, so I'm gonna head out here. Outdoor section. And then eventually we'll make our way back to the production greenhouses. Heaters are kicking on out here too. Alright, so we still got some pansies, snapdragons, violas, for those wanting some winter color. Over here. Now you'll see that a lot of these tables have filled up this week, and this is all stuff that we have planted for spring. So most of what you see over here are spring perennials that we just got started. So little babies, They're not quite rooted in and ready to sell yet, but they'll be growing soon. All this was planted in the last week, so they've been planting like crazy. Another thing that happened this week is we got in onions and potatoes. So for those wanting to get started with your veggie gardens, so these are seed potatoes, which are potatoes that are meant to be grown. So they're going to be disease free. They're going to be the good varieties for home gardening. They're not sprayed with any growth inhibitor or anything like sometimes you will see on grocery store potatoes. So these are going to be the ones that you want to buy if you're wanting to grow potatoes at home. There's a whole process for that, but it's a fun thing to do at home. We also got some primrose in this week. Really good looking color for winter color. And then our onion sets. So these are the onion starts. We got the 1015Y, which is our most popular yellow onion, sweet yellow onion. We got white and red. Of course, red onions aren't red, they're purple, but for whatever reason, they call them red onions. And then over on this side, we got some cyclamen, another cool weather annual that can also be grown as a houseplant. And then some cool season veggie starts. So we've got some lettuce. Man, this lettuce is ready to eat. Broccoli, kale, collard greens, Brussels sprouts. We even have some artichoke plants here. And then I'll walk over, before we go back to the production greenhouses, let me walk over here. So we got some pansies over here if you're wanting to get some winter color. And I'm not going to open the door because it's cold out there, but over there you can see some plastic. Those are our roses that we planted up last week, and they are undercover, staying warm so that they can get sprouted and rooted in, and they'll be ready for sale soon. So let's walk in. She's following me, stalking me. So let's walk back to the back greenhouses because I want to show you we got some cool spring plants growing already back there. Now, if you're new here, this part of the facility is not open to the public. So this is where we grow all our plants. Whoops. Back here. And you're not allowed to come back here unless you're on a tour or something. See? So we're gonna go back here though. Show you behind the scenes what's going on. Whew, it's cold out there, but it's warm in here. We keep it above 60 in here to keep these plants actively growing. So whenever it gets too cold in the winter, feeling chilled, come back here and it's warm and it's humid. It smells like dirt in a good way. It's kind of magical. So yeah, we got geraniums growing here. These are our 12-inch patio pots and our 14-inch patio pots. Geraniums. So they're starting to fill out nicely. We got a bunch of hanging baskets planted this week. So there are some petunias growing, calibrachoa growing. Starting to bloom. Starting to get some blooms on these petunias. And then you can see these ones were just planted yesterday. Little hanging baskets with little bitty plants in them. Those will be filling out soon. And then also some geraniums that are freshly planted this week. So you can see these ones are cuttings that were just stuck, in the last couple of days versus ones that have been growing for a couple of months already. Over here. So here's one side of the world. More over here. And we got some of our patio pots started as well. We got some little baby cannas. So for those people that are itching for spring, you're ready for winter to be over. Here is spring right here. Spring is little baby plants that are just starting to grow. And there are more over here. And I'm not done yet. We're just in one side of the greenhouse. So we got a bunch of grasses over here. Purple. This is your purple fountain grass. Just getting started. Doesn't look very purple yet, but it will. This is a fun one. Mexican feather grass. Over here. Little babies. So yeah. Lots going on over here. Let's walk over to the other side. Ooh, do we have any Proven Winter fans? So we have some Proven Winter shrubs started here. What do we got? Cascading hydrangeas. Ooh. That'll be fun. Those heaters are going, that's for sure. So soon, within the next month, there will be no empty table space back here. Every table will be completely full. And all those hanging baskets are going to get hung up. So we pack these greenhouses wall to wall, floor to ceiling, full of plants, getting ready for spring. We have a bunch of cuttings started over here. So sweet potato cuttings, portulaca cuttings, creeping Jenny, Mexican heather, coleus cuttings, lots of sweet potato as well. So these are on our propagation tables. And there goes I don't want to get wet right now. Golly, it's too cold for that. I knew that was going to happen. So that was a great example. We put our cuttings on this misting system, and those misting heads go off every few minutes to keep them warm. I mean, not keep them warm, keep them moist until they root. We got more babies here that we're going to be planting up this week. So a lot of our perennials are here. Looks like we got some ajuga, some different types of sedum, perennial sedum. There's juncus. I see some salvias, lavender, thyme, different types of thyme, and other herbs, some hellebores. All this is going to get planted up this weekend. And these geraniums have been planted about 3 weeks now, so they're starting to get some good growth on them for the 6-inch geraniums. So lots going on back here. And soon it'll be full of color as everything starts blooming. Alright, I'm going to start making my way back up front. We have to get ready for our Saturday staff meeting, but I wanted to give you a quick peek of what's going on back here. in production. And hopefully get you in the mood for spring soon. So if you're able to join us today for our bird feeding class, that's a great one at 10 o'clock this morning. So go ahead and drink your coffee now. That way you'll be ready for that. And then after that, tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we'll have our houseplant class if you want to learn more about how to keep your houseplants happy. That'll be tomorrow. And you can find our upcoming events on our website, smithsgardentown.com. Back into the cold for a second while I go from one greenhouse to the other. Warmer in here. Warmer. I didn't say it was warm in here, but it's warmer. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone joining this morning. We're going to sign off. Hope to see you this weekend, even though it's cold. It feels a lot nicer inside here, especially once the sun comes up a little bit. It'll warm up quickly in here. But hope to see you this weekend. Thanks for joining. And, yeah, see you soon.